June 1st is the official start date of hurricane season here in Florida. And if you got a garden or food forest, or you just got even pots on your deck, we need to be ready, not just for the storm itself, but what comes after the storm. This year is expected to be above average hurricane season, which means more storms, more hurricanes, and more chances of a direct hit. Now, I know they say that every year, but we just never know. So here's how we're preparing our yard right now for this. The first step that I recommend is staking your trees. A simple stake driver, stake them, especially your young trees. Your older trees, you probably don't have to stake. I'll show you another thing that I'm gonna do that you can do for older trees, more established trees, but your younger trees, you're probably gonna wanna stake for even tropical storms or definitely for hurricane force winds. Another thing that you can do is you can prune. If it doesn't have fruit on it, you can prune these trees just to open up the canopy, because more airflow that's coming through this tree is going to give it a higher likelihood of actually surviving. And you want to remove any dead branches as well. Now, we've had a few hurricanes last year. We got hit twice, back-to-back hurricanes. And everything that I'm telling you right now has helped us, and pretty much all our trees survived. This is what I did, and it helped. Stake your trees, open up your canopy, and remove dead or fallen branches from it. The next step that I recommend is just going around and cleaning up your yard. When you have pots and buckets and chairs and everything just laying around, it can fly. We all know that. You're going to do it if you have a hurricane coming through. You're going to do it. But life gets so busy, y'all, and this is a good time for all of us. We can go through our food forest, our garden, and we can just do like a late spring cleaning. We can just clean it up, remove some things that we probably should have tossed and thrown away, or put some things up. It's a good time for that, because once the hurricane comes, you're gonna be so busy worrying about your house and worrying about your family, and you're gonna be getting supplies, that it becomes kind of hard to go in your food forest or garden and go through and get everything. Just keep it clean now. It's hurricane season, just clean up now. Have your yard as clean as possible, where you don't have things that can just fly, and just do it now. So save your time later, because ultimately we're more concerned about our lives, our families, and we want to make sure everything in our house is situated. And then next is going to be your garden. The third step I recommend is mulching. You're going to get a lot of rain, and it is going to probably flood most of our backyards, especially if you live in a flood zone. Mulching actually helps with that. So you want to make sure that your plants and your trees have a nice layer of mulch on them. I'm not saying go excessive and build a mound. You don't want to do that either. But a nice amount of mulch on your trees is going to help when hurricane season comes. And another thing that we're doing right now is, if you have a drip system, a lot of times that water with the heavy rain and your mud and everything else, dirt is splattering, and it can get into your cords, your drip irrigation. And that can cause your drip irrigation to stop in one zone or be clogged and things like that. Another thing is, when that heavy wind comes with your drip irrigation going around, it's a good chance that it can just take it away if it's not pinned down, strapped down. This is what we're doing in our backyard. I'm not saying you have to do it, and I'm not saying this is the best way to do it, but this is what we are doing. And if you want to do it as well, if your yard is set up similar, go for it. So let me show you guys. What we have done is we've put tarps down in our backyard around the areas where we have our drip irrigation and we have the emitters going into our different plants, as you see. Now, we could have buried these underground. Yes, we could have done that, but that comes with a whole bunch of other problems potential. This is a quick system. It's good, and I'm not saying that it's cheap, because it wasn't cheap, but this is just what we did, and is helping our plants to survive these 95-degree days that we're having, sometimes going weeks without rain. It's working and it's helping. But the downfall of that is, once it's heavy rain, the dirt, it gets into our drip irrigation, it gets into our emitters, and it clogs them up. To combat that, we'll put these tarps down. Now we could put mulch on top, which is going to help out a lot. The second thing is, we get a heavy flood back here when it's raining a lot. So when we have a nice layer of mulch down, that's going to help with that as well. And also, let's be for real, y'all. It is hard as hell to cut grass when you got a food forest going. I really don't like grass, but you know, we still got kids that like to play and they're ripping and running. We're running with them too. These cords, as they were coming down, it's a trip and fall. Or they're running and they're running over them. When we put mulch on top of this, and this is all mulched in the back here like this, and it's going all the way around too, all back here too. So when we put that mulch on, we can run over here. Our kids won't have no worries. We won't have no worries. And I don't have to cut around all this. This is so difficult because you can't get all the weeds around here. I'm telling you, you guys know. If you're cutting grass, you know what I'm talking about. This is going to help out, save time on so many levels. And for hurricane season, it's definitely going to help us out because we're not going to have that heavy rainfall back here that's just causing a massive amount of flooding building up. Oh, and we're getting rain barrels. So we're going to have rain barrels all back here as well too. So we're going to capture a lot of that rain so we can feed our trees now. Finally trying to step it up. That's what we're doing. And again, I'm not saying you have to do that. And I'm not saying that that's the best idea, but this is what we're doing. Everything I share is what we're doing. You do what you want to do in your yard. But these are steps that we're taking to help us. And year after year, it's been working. So that's what we're doing. You see, we got it back here too as well, going all across. It's going to help us out dramatically. And you have your irrigation system, your drip irrigation around your yard too, and you're tired of weeds coming everywhere, hey, probably can help you too. Put some mulch down, put that down, put some mulch, you're good. Because, man, who cares about grass? Let's be for real. It's like waste. It's like a waste, right? That's what we're doing. So on to the next tip. Another one of my tips that I like to share with you guys is pots. Have some backups ready. If we don't like to think about worst case scenario, and I'm like that too. I don't want to think about the worst. And I hope we don't have no hurricanes this year. Of course, I don't want no hurricanes. But having some plants in pots that if a hurricane does come through your city, you're able to take those potted plants, put them inside or put them somewhere safe. And if your food forest is completely decimated or you lose a lot of trees and plants, you have those backups ready where when you go out the next day, you're able to put those in the ground and you're going to feel some type of uplifting from that. It's good for your mental space to have something ready to begin that new growth process, because we don't want to just say, to hell with it, I don't want to even do this anymore. Having some backups is a good thing. I always keep a good amount of plants in pots and we bring them in. And luckily, the tips that I'm giving you guys, and I've been giving you guys now for a couple years on how to prep for hurricanes, they've been working for us. A lot of it is unconventional. A lot of it is people like, you shouldn't do that, or we don't do that. I do it, and it's been working for us. Thank you, God, but it's been working. It's been working. I'm gonna keep giving you guys these tips that I'm using, unconventional tips that's working, and I hope it works for you too. Now, I know that I probably don't have to say this, but I'll say it anyways. Since it is the start of hurricane season, I strongly suggest that this is a time where you get your supplies ready. Get your extra bottled water, get your canned goods, because you know how it is. If a named storm comes to your town, how hard it is to get supplies. So busy, so chaotic, and why just do it now? Just have it ready. Another thing, check your generator. Make sure your generator is working if you have a generator. If you don't have a generator and you can afford one, go get one right now. If you've been pushing it off, go get one right now. Another thing, get your gas cans ready. Get your propane. Go out and buy your propane. Get that ready. Do everything. Get your plywood for your house, for your windows, or get your shutters ready. Whatever you're using, start getting things now. Sandbags. Let me show you guys. I've been getting the sandbags. So I'm stocking up on sandbags, getting that ready. Just get your supplies now. Start a hurricane season. We don't want anything to happen, but if it does happen, we'll be prepared, right, y'all? That's what we're trying to do. Just be prepared so we don't have to rush and get this done the same day or the week of the hurricane. All right, those are some tips that I'm doing this year. It's going to be more along the way I'm going to share with you guys, but that's just what I'm doing today to get started. I'm just going around and I'm putting stakes down on a lot of our younger trees just to get it started so I don't have to do it later. I'm going to get some more sandbags. I'm going to try to clean up our yard a little bit. We have a lot of pots and things that you buy things and you just throw it in the grass because you put it in the ground or whatever. I'm going to clean it up later. This butterfly is following me. But so I'm just gonna go around, clean up the yard, and get that ready. And there you go. And I hope these tips helped you. If they helped you, let me know. If they're helping, let me know. If my tips from last year helped you, let me know too. And if you got some good tips, I'm always down. I'm always trying to learn. That's what the whole purpose of these videos are for, and the whole gardening food forest community is not to bang each other for saying something or doing something. It's to learn so we can all grow our food and we can all support our families and we can all be healthy. And I'm learning every single day. And while I'm learning, I'm teaching. So that's the best way to learn something, is to teach it, right? That's what I'm doing. Have a great day, everybody, and keep growing. Keep growing, and until the next video.